Alright kids, we're doing a little garden update for this week to show you what's happening in the garden. And right now we're going to harvest our lettuce that we planted, I guess it was early April, well, in the spring. And we're going to cut it and wash it and show you how we get it ready to eat.
Lettuce is what we call a cool weather crop. It likes early spring, doesn't particularly like the hot summer. What happens to lettuce when it gets hot is what we call bolts. So this one right here is about to go to seed. I'll bring it up here close so I can show you. They realize they're getting near the end of their life, and so they say, oh, we need to make seeds so we can make a new generation of lettuce. And so they send up seeds, and that's when it's time to harvest. Well, you want to harvest it before then, ideally. But another thing that happens is, you see that stem there? See that milky stuff? It doesn't make that stuff in the early spring when the plant is young. And when it starts to make that stuff, sometimes the leaves will turn bitter tasting. It's kind of borderline, but it's still okay.
So here you can see this is the flower head that the lettuce starts to make when it starts bolting, which means it'll soon be flowering. And if we look close here, those are the little flowers that'll open up if we leave this, and we'll get our own lettuce seed if we wanted to.
Or you can cut down lower on the stem and get a head of lettuce. Remember we had heads of garlic the other day? Well, heads of lettuce, heads of lots of heads in the garden. Anyway, there's a nice pretty head of lettuce. This little one isn't much of a head, so I'm going to cut it up high. I'll cut off that part so it won't be a head, it'll be just leaves. Okay, so Mark and I have determined that these are too far gone. See the white sap coming off, and they're tasting kind of bitter. And so we decided that we're going to give them to the chickens, because I don't think the chickens will mind. They like peck at stuff like this. So we're going to just throw this into the chicken coop. We'll eat it and other stuff, and then they will use the bathroom. And the chicken manure will fall on the hay that we have in there, and then we'll take that stuff and we'll spread it out here, and all those nutrients that were in these leaves will come back to our garden. That's the plan anyway. Y'all remember what this is? Surely you recognize this. Maybe you've had zucchini bread, zucchini, I don't know. Zucchini is a very popular summer vegetable, and we like to eat it with Italian food. We put it in our tomato sauces, or sometimes we just saute it with onions and olive oil, and it's really good. Or you can make a casserole. Anyway, this is a little bigger than I like them, but they're pretty good size, and so we're just going to cut him off. There, isn't that a beautiful thing? And there you see the flower that started the whole process. Let's see if we can find one. Oh, here's one here. See? Here's a baby zucchini. Here's a real baby zucchini where the flower hasn't opened yet. Once that flower opens and gets pollinated by one of these guys, see, this doesn't have a baby zucchini on it. This is a male flower. That's a female flower. The pollen from here will get on here, and then this little baby zucchini will grow into something like this. Pretty cool.
Alright, so one of the things that's ready to harvest this week is a gooseberry. And I'm going to guess that most of you have never had a gooseberry.
I've never had a gooseberry.
A lot of people haven't, but they are absolutely delicious berries. And you can see they grow in this kind of thorny shrub. And when you pull up a branch, you can see It's poking me actually when I do this, so it's not the most fun thing to pick, but it is one of the most delicious fruits. And
Well, I can't wait to taste one. Think we have enough to give all the kids a taste, Mark?
We should. So when they're ripe, this variety, there's a lot of different colors. There's big green ones. I have one in my garden that's about that big and it's green. There's these purple ones, there's red ones, there's dark purple ones. And they taste kind of like if you mixed a grape and a plum together. They're really, really tasty. And they're very easy to grow. You can see this bush is doing very well, very happy, and it has a fair bit of fruit on it.
Nice. Can I grab one?
Yeah.
All right. Here goes. That is good. Not like anything I've ever tasted.
Gooseberries are very popular in England, and they used to be popular here, but for some reason they didn't hold strong. The blueberry and the strawberry won out.
Maybe it was the thorns.
Yeah, it might be the thorns. I'm gonna pick some of these and then you guys get to taste them. This little shiny beetle here is called a Japanese beetle, and they're kind of a generalist. They'll eat a lot of different things, but they tend to like to eat on trees and shrubs and things like these raspberry canes. And usually, oh, that flew away. Usually they're not too much of an issue, but if your plants are not very healthy, then you can get a lot of Japanese beetles, and next thing you know, they can eat all the leaves off, or a lot of the leaves to the point where the plant's going to get really sick and either not make any fruit or maybe die. I want to show you something really cool about these Japanese beetles is they're edible.
What? How'd that taste, Mark?
It kind of tastes like popcorn.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, so when we send a bag home to the kids of garden stuff, should we include a Japanese beetle or two for them to munch on?
What's the beneficial nutritional value of a Japanese beetle?
Y'all remember what this is? Surely you recognize this.